School district. A school district is a special-purpose district that operates local public primary and secondary schools in various nations. North America, United States. History. There were 130,000 school districts in the country in 1930, with an average student population of 150. From 1942 to 1951, the number of school districts declined from 108,512,452, a decrease by 38,127 or 35%. Many states had passed laws facilitating school district consolidation. In 1951, the majority of the school districts in existence were rural school districts only providing elementary education, and some school districts did not operate schools but instead provided transportation to other schools. The Midwest had a large number of rural school districts. Previously, areas of the unorganized borough of Alaska were not served by school districts, but instead served by schools directly operated by the Alaska Department of Education and by Bureau of Indian Affairs BIA schools. The state schools were transferred to the Alaska State-Operated School System SOS after the Alaska Legislature created it in 1971. That agency was terminated in 1975, with its schools transferred to the newly created Alaska Unorganized Borough School District, which was broken apart into 21 school districts the following year. In the 2002 Census of Governments, the United States Census Bureau enumerated the following numbers of school systems in the United States: 13,506 school district governments, 178 state-dependent school systems, 1330 local dependent school systems, 1196 education service agencies and agencies providing support services to public school systems. School districts in the U.S. have reduced the number of their employees by 3.3%, or 270,000 between 2008 and 2012, owing to a decline in property tax revenues during and after the Great Recession. By 2016, there were about 13,000 school districts, and the average student population was about 5,000. Terminology. Although these terms can vary slightly between various states and regions, these are typical definitions for school district constitution. Schools. An elementary or primary school usually includes kindergarten and grades 1 through 5 or 6. In some school districts, these grades are divided into 2 schools. Primary school is most commonly used for schools housing students in kindergarten through grade 2 or 3 in districts where the older elementary students are in intermediate schools. See below. A middle school usually includes grades 6 or 7 through 8 or 9. In some places, the alternative terms junior high school or intermediate school are still used. Junior high school often refers to schools that cover grades 7 through 9. Intermediate school is also used for schools that cover grades 3 through 5 or so when they are separated from elementary schools. A high school usually includes grades 9 or 10 through 12 and may also include grades 7 and 8. There are many high schools that cover only grades 10 to 12. This type of school is sometimes referred to as a senior high school. Districts. Europe. Outside the United States, autonomous districts or equivalent authorities often represent various groups seeking education autonomy. In European history, as in much of the world, religious, confessional, linguistic, and ethnic divisions have been a significant factor in school organization. This paradigm is shifting. In England and Wales, school boards were established in 1870 and abolished in 1902. With county council and county borough councils becoming the local education authorities. In France, the system of the carte scolaire was dismantled by the beginning of the 2007 school year. More school choice has been given to French students, however, priority is given to those who meet the following criteria: students with disabilities, students on scholarships or special academic merit, Students who meet social cohesion criteria essentially to diversify the school population, students who require specialized medical attention from a hospital, students who want to study a course offered only by the school, students who have siblings that attend the school, students who live close to the school. In Germany, schools are predominantly funded by the states of Germany, which also are in control of the overall education policies. On the other hand, schools are mostly run and partly funded by municipal governments on different levels of the municipal system: municipalities proper, districts, depending on the size and specialization of a certain school or the population size of a certain municipality. As with other fields of government for more specialized schools, special government bodies Zweckverband can be established where municipalities and not voters are members. These are to a certain degree comparable to a school district. Other arrangements are possible. Certain types of special schools in North Rhine-Westphalia are run by the Landschaftsverband. There also exist private schools, mostly funded by the states, but run by private entities like churches or foundations. In Italy, school districts were established in 1974 by the Provvedimenti Delegati sulla Scuola, assigned laws to the government about the school. Each district must contain a minimum of 10,000 inhabitants. The national government attempted to link the local schools with local society and culture, and local governments. The school districts were dissolved in 2003 by the Legefinanziaria law about the government budget in an attempt to trim the national budget. Asia. In Hong Kong, the Education Bureau divides primary schools into 36 districts, known as school nets, for its primary one admission system. Of the 36 districts, Districts 34 and 41 in Kowloon and Districts 11 and 12 in Hong Kong Island are considered the most prestigious. Examples: London School Board, school districts in Canada.